Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on what part of the world you are in. I am Old Man 102. Welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to a map tour of my new map. So let's go new farmer mode, Riccis Creek. Let's let my mods load with the map. So FS22 Riccis Creek. First map for Farming Simulator 22. It is a 4x map with a little bit of multifruit, a little bit of mining, and a few custom factories to get you started, with more factories planned for the future. So let this load. We'll jump in. I'll show you the starting fleet. I'll show you the farmlands you get in new farmer mode. Going to take a few seconds to load the first time, so just bear with it. It's got to cache in. And we'll show you around, show off the new map a little bit. There we go, 100%. Let's jump in here. I'm just going to confirm a character. Alright. Starting you off at the farmhouse. So let's take, let me go Shift F3 just to get a little bit of speed out of my speed mod. So main house. Again, we're in new farmer mode. So let's go into the vehicle garage first. So we got you the JCB fast track. Got you two Fendt tractors, a Case Axle Flow 7150, trailer or tipper. We got the header, 28 foot, corn header, the 4418. Get you the PW 100 plow, Vanderstat or Vaderstat cultivator, Amazon seeder. Get you a roller, the sprayer, fertilizer spreader, and then the front loader for the JCB, bale spike for the JCB, and the header trailer. So your starting fleet is sitting here waiting for your arrival in new farmer mode. Also have a repair station, kind of sort of sitting like right here where our harvesters park. So repair and sell right here at the main farm. So let's take a peek at the map. Wrong one. So quick peek at the map. Alright, we'll go into more detail. So new farmer mode. You get the farmhouse where we're sitting and half of the meadow. You get field 1, field 2, and the coal mine. And then you have to buy the second half of the field, 86,000. So the meadow here, you own about half of it. And if you want to buy the rest of the meadow, where does our property end? Right about here. So you have to buy the rest of the meadow to put your animal pens down, or make a field, factories, whatever you want to do with it. And then we have, there's a small town, all the sell points, we'll get into that. There's a lake for fishing. And then there's a coal mine, ore mine, a salt mine, copper mine, gravel mine, sand mine, silt mine. We have a couple of stone pits built into the map, stone processing center built into the map, and a couple oil wells built into the map. And there are 23 fields. Fields 10 and 17 are massive. Field 10 and 17 are about a third of the size of an in-game map. So they are pretty large. Let's lease a truck and we'll go for a ride. Let's take the older truck. So we are pretty much in the center of the map at the vehicle shop. So the circle is the dead center of the map, and then we have the vehicle shop, a couple of sell points, animal dealer. So let's go for a ride. Let's jump in here. I'll try and zoom my camera all the way out so y'all can see. So vehicle shop. There's also a sell and repair trigger right here at the vehicle shop. So sell your vehicles, customize your vehicles. Let's head over this way and we'll come back down. So we have the farmers market sell point is right here, and then across the street, if I don't run over, I just ran over the mailbox, and you have the grocery store sell point, and then across the street from that we have the bowling alley is a sell point. And we have a working fuel station. So you can refill your vehicles and your tankers. So that's pretty much dead center of the town. Now up the circle this way you have your residential area. So we are heading north. If I can drive straight today. Head north, got your residential section, and then that'll head, if you keep going straight, it'll head off the map, and then it's all farmlands up this way, and then back down. You know what, let me take it down to 1 speed so we don't get too far ahead on time. It's going to go real time. I'm going to turn crop destruction off in case we decide to drive through a field. So residential section, it's going to bring us back to the dead center of the map. So you have your vehicle shop where we just pulled out of right here to the right. Laundromat to my left. Should be another cell trigger back here. We're going to get hit by this car. Almost. So a couple of cell points to the left and to the right. Animal dealer is right here. So you have your animal trigger, just pull your trailer in here. So animal dealer. And then you have, this, I'm calling this the woodworks, but this is where you're going to sell your wood chips, your straw, and your logs. So calling it the woodworks, but it's pretty much your log sales. Oh, if I don't drive into the building. So we have, and then your mini market sell point is right here. So mini market sell point right here. And then when you come back out, I'm just going to get nailed by this traffic. So come back out, and then here's where I have the home farm set up. Now there are, I'll show you there are some supplementary farms for multiplayer, but your main farm is right here with your sleep trigger at the house. and then you come across the covered bridge, you'll get to a tiny island, but it's big enough to put some animal pens down or factories. So a little island, and then you're going to get to your two, in new farmer mode, your two starting fields, which are fields 1 and fields 2. And then plenty of grass for you to mow. You get your silage operation up and running. And then we have, for multiplayer, there are 4 other supplementary farms that you can set up, and then you can sell, once you buy the property, you can sell every one of these buildings off if you don't like them. So supplementary farm 1 is right here where we're at now. So if you wanted to buy that, 328,000, and then you can sell all of these buildings off, and you get the meadow that runs all the way back to the edge of the map with it. And we drive around to, let's go into Mining Mountain. I'll probably cheat somebody in so I can show you off some of the factories as well. So let's head into Mining Mountain. And then inside Mining Mountain. So I start off with the land where the coal is. So you cannot scoop up the coal unless you own the land. So you have your coal, and then you have to purchase the coal mine. Now, once the product on the ground is gone, once you scoop it all up, once it's gone, it's gone. But then you can make more here in the coal mine. So let me cheat some cash in just for video purposes. We're not going to save the save game anyway. But I'll be able to show you off the factories. Alright, so you have to purchase the coal mine. And then 75,000. So once you own it, now, coal mine, if you activate it, it's already active. So diesel and water, you're going to get coal and clean fill. If you leave it on storing, you'll have to manually come in and pick up your product here. If you change it to from storing, you have an option just to sell it directly if you want to sell the coal off, or you can change it to distributing. So if you change both of these to distributing, it's going to push them into the next factory that needs coal and clean fill, and you won't have to manually move it around. So your choice if you want to store it, sell it, or distribute it. I'm going to play on distributing so I don't have to haul product from one factory to the other. So all of the mines work the same way. So you have your coal mine, your salt mine to my right. You have the copper mine to the right, ore mine to the left, and then a gravel mine to the right. So right now there is no use for salt, copper, or gravel. They'll be all future factories. We'll use those products. And then back here we have the sand mine, and it works the same way. Once you scoop up all the sand off the ground, once it's gone, but you can make more in, if I can drive straight, but you can make more in the sand mine. So just same as the coal mine, add your water, add your diesel, you'll get sand. Sand will be used in a future factory. Let's drive around, look. Drive up this way and it'll backtrack to the couple factories to the left. So I'll show you the silt mine first. So this is a 4x map, and there are some extra fruits. I'll show you that here in a second. So your silt mine is right here. Same thing. Once you scoop your product up off the ground, it's gone. But you have another factory there that you can make more silt at. Alright, before we get into the other factories, so your extra fruits. Let's pull the map back up. So in addition to the base game fruits, you have rye, millet, rice, and carrot. Alright, now we have, if you don't like the stones when you plow your fields, if you turn the stones off, like me, I hate doing the stones. I think it's a complete waste of time, to be honest with you. So if you want to play with stones off, I have a stone pit here. So there are 2 stone pits and some property that go with them. So if we look in here, so we have stone pit 1 and a piece of property. There's stone pit 2 and a piece of property. There's stone processing and a piece of property. We have oil well 1 and a piece of property, and then oil well 2 and a piece of property. So you'll get a little bit of land with each of these, and then you have to buy the factory. So if we buy stone pit 1, so now if you add diesel and water, you're going to get stones. And then the same thing here. You can store them, you can sell them, or you can distribute them to the next factory that needs them. So stone pit 1, stone pit 2 is right in front of me. And now we'll come over to stone processing. Stone processing, you're going to have to buy it. And then once you own it, autosave. Alright, so it's going to make, so stone, water, and diesel, you're going to get lime and clean fill. You're going to get limestone and clean fill. You're going to get gypsum and clean fill, and you're going to get calcium carbonate and clean fill. Lime, of course, lime your fields. Limestone we'll use in a future cement factory. Gypsum we'll use in a future drywall factory. Calcium carbonate we'll use in a future soda factory. So that is stone processing. If you do not like your field stones, use the stone pit. That's going to bring us around to oil well 1 and oil well 2. So let's grab, let's buy the oil well. So 75,000. So oil well 1. You're going to need coal and drill pipe, and you're going to get crude oil. Again, you can store the crude oil, you can sell the crude oil, or you can distribute the crude oil. It'll automatically go to the next factory. Now, where do you get drill pipe? So let's purchase this piece of property. Farmland. Let's just buy that one. And let's just buy this one. So we have room to put factories down. So that is oil well 1, oil well 2. Now I own this piece of property. So if we go into the construction and then production, you're going to go past the in-game factories. So we're going to have a bunch of factories that either come with the map or the mod pack that comes with the map. Alright, so let's Mammoth Mill first. Let me just move my camera. Alright, so Mammoth Mill first. That's built into the map. It's a placeable, put your own down. Alright, so Mammoth Mill, you are going to bring in wood chips and coal, and you're going to get planks, sawdust, and resin. Coal and ore is going to get you drill pipe. Plastic and coal is going to get you empty sacks. Plastic you get from the refinery. Coal and ore you're going to get nails. Wood chips and coal you're going to get boxes, sawdust, and resin. And then coal and ore you're going to get steel. And then the same thing here. So I could tell the drill pipe I can activate the drill pipe, and I can tell the drill pipe to distribute, and it's automatically going to go to the oil well. I don't have to manually pick it up from here and move it over if I don't want to. So that is your mammoth mill to get your drill pipe. You need a drill pipe for the oil well. And then if you put down, back to construction, back to production, you can throw down the refinery. So let's throw the refinery down. So now that we have the refinery, alright, so the refinery is going to have a couple things. So you take your crude oil, you're going to get diesel, hydrogen, and oxygen. Diesel is going to be used in a whole ton of other factories. It's going to make plastic that you need for empty sacks. So you're going to get plastic, hydrogen, and oxygen. Now if you put in canola and silage, you're going to get diesel, hydrogen, and oxygen. And if you put in corn and silage, you're going to get diesel, hydrogen, and oxygen. And then the same thing. You can store the diesel, you can sell it, or you can distribute it to the next factory that needs it. Hydrogen and oxygen, you make water, and I'll explain that in a second. And then plastic, you need to make empty sacks with. Now, the reason I did hydrogen and oxygen is to the next part of the production chain, construction, production, waterworks. Let's throw waterworks down. Now, there's a lot of factories that take water, so you can manually deliver your water to all the factories that need it, or you can put the waterworks down. Your waterworks is going to take hydrogen and oxygen and turn it into water. Now, if you take your water and you can store it and move it manually, or you can sell it, doesn't cost. If you sell it, you're not getting any money. It's $0. Or you can distribute it. It'll automatically push it to all the factories that need water. So that is the waterworks. Before we get back to the rest of the map tour, let me show you what else we have. So construction. If you go into, I think it's silos, there's a grain silo that you manually, this one's manual. So you manually put the stuff in, manually take the stuff out with your tipper. There's a liquid storage to hold all your liquids. Manually put them in, manually take them out. Those are strictly silos. So if we get back into production, there is a bulk warehouse. So once you put the bulk warehouse down, and we come over to the menu, and it's going to hold every bulk product on the map. So let's work with rice. So if I throw a load of rice in here, let's activate it. And if we come down to the rice, and I tell the rice, instead of storing it, I can tell it to distribute it. It'll automatically push rice to every factory that needs rice. So you can set this down, and if you don't want to haul product from factory to factory, you can change everyone to distribute, and when you put your product in here, it's going to automatically push it to the next factory that needs it. Back to construction, back to production. So that's the bulk warehouse. There's a fertilizer factory. So your fertilizer factory works the same way. All of your factories, you can distribute it to the next part of your production chain. So silage to solid fertilizer, silage and water to solid fertilizer, or silt to solid fertilizer, and silt and water to liquid fertilizer. And then you can store it if you want to manually move it, or you can distribute it and it'll push it to the next factory that needs it if you don't want to haul it around manually. So you have your fertilizer factory. There's a grass dryer that makes silage and hay. Your liquid warehouse does the same thing. So this will push all of your products to the next production line once you manually fill it. So actually, so your water from the waterworks will come into here. So if you activate it, you'll get water in here from the waterworks. So if you come down here and take water and distribute it, it'll push it to the next factory that needs it. Same thing with your crude oil. If you activate it and you turn it to distribute, it'll take the crude oil from your oil wells and then it'll automatically push it to the next factory that needs it without having to manually move it. So back to construction, back to production. So that's now pallet storage. Same thing. So there's a pallet storage warehouse that'll hold every single pallet custom, in-game and custom to the map. So it'll hold all of your greenhouse goods. It'll hold all of your all of the goods, and then plus all of the custom pallets that the factory is going to make. And then the same thing. So if we activate, if you come in here to tomatoes and activate it, and you come down to here to tomatoes, you can store them, you can sell them, or you can distribute it, and it'll push your tomatoes to the next factory that needs it. If you don't like hauling pallets around. If you go back to construction, back to production, so pallet warehouse, let me turn my camera around. So you have seed maker. We already saw the waterworks, you saw the mill. You could put extra oil wells down if you want. You could put another refinery down. Ice house takes water, diesel, and empty sacks, and it makes ice cubes. And you need ice cubes for fishing. You could put an extra stone pit down. You can put an extra stone processing plant down. You could put a wash plant down. It takes water, diesel, and stone. It makes gold that you can sell and washed stone. Washed stone sells for double the price of regular stone. You could put the composter down. You need compost for fishing. And then there's the carpentry mills, the last factory for map release. So your carpentry hall is going to take, oh, wrong trigger. Where's the little gizmo thing? Oh, I'm missing the little gizmo. No, it's hiding back here somewhere, right there. All right, so this is going to take your planks from Mammoth Mill, your nails and coal, and it's going to make empty crates and a little bit of wood chips. And then it's also going to take your planks, nails, and coal. It's going to make empty pallets. Your crates and your empty pallets will be used in future factories. So that's all of your, well, we're going to go check out fishing, but that's most of your production you'll get with map release. Now we are going to take all of the in-game factories. So if you go back to production, we're going to customize all of the in-game factories. So we're going to customize the bakery for extra products, and it's going to be quicker. Eventually we will, dairy's already in the works for version 1.1. So we're going to take the dairy, we're going to speed it up, we're also going to add more product to it. The spinner, the sugar mill, I don't know if we'll customize the sugar mill, we'll customize the tailor, we'll customize the cereal. So every one of the in-game factories we have plans to customize. Make them quicker and add more product to them. So just be patient for extra factories. After the map's released, version 1.1, I'm already working on custom orchards, custom greenhouses, and a custom dairy for version 1.1. Which will be about 2 weeks after the map's released. The map will be released on Friday the 28th of January. My Patreons have it now. I sent them to the Patreons yesterday, but general release will be the 28th, Friday the 28th. So there's a meadow right here which takes you over towards the BGA. So if you love doing silage, there the BGA has 5 very large bunkers. So you got 5 big silage pits here to go with the BGA. And then a storage barn if you want to store some vehicles over here. Alright, let's get into some fishing, and I'll show you, there's a couple of extra farms over here for multiplayer. And I'll show you the fishing. That's the last part of the production built into the map. Alright, again, so you have, for multiplayer, let's go back to the map. So multiplayer over near, straight up from the center of the map, towards the lake, there's an extra farm here for multiplayer, 338,000, 369,000. So let's buy this one that we're sitting on, just so I can show you. So you can buy this piece of property. If you don't like these buildings, all you have to do is go into your construction menu, heat your demolish, and then you can just get rid of the buildings if you don't want to use them. So you can get rid of them, and then you can just use this as just turn it into a field or do whatever you want to do with it. Let's get out of construction mode. So you can sell all the extra farms off if you don't want them in single player. Turn it into a field or turn it into a production. Turn it into an area where you can put all your production down. This is the hardware store sell point. Now you can fish with the boat, or you can have your factory automatically fish for you. And let's start over here at the earthworm factory. And then let me grab just a little bit more cash so I can show you. So I can show you what we need to show you. Alright, so earthworm factory, 75,000. Now you need compost and clean fill to make earthworms. Now again, you can store the earthworms. You can store the earthworms and then manually pick them up with the fishing boat and manually do fishing. Or you can change it to distribute and it'll automatically push them out to the fishing spots for you, and you'll never have to go into the fishing boat. But if you jump into, I'm getting ahead of myself. So if you want to manually do fishing, there are 5 fishing spots built into the map. So you just come down this way, and this is fishing spot, I think 5, and you already own them. So you can tell it to, take your earthworms out to the fishing spot manually, and then pick up your fish, or you can automatically distribute your earthworms to the fish, and then you can actually, without even having to use the boat, you can activate it, and then you can tell your fish to distribute, and it'll automatically take your fish to fish processing. So up to you if you want to manually fish or have the game automatically fish for you. If you want to manually fish, jump in here. You'll get a start filling. Fill your earthworms up here. Take them out to the fishing spot, which we don't have any earthworms, so we're not going to get the trigger. But drop your earthworms off here. Give it an hour in game, and then you come back over here and you pick up your fish. I should get a start filling somewhere around this trigger. I can. So you pick up your fish here. We don't have any, so it's not going to let me pick any up. So after you have your fish, you need to bring them where this other boat is parked right here. So let me switch boats. Alright, so you drop your fish off here. This is your fish warehouse. Can I sneak through here? I can't. Alright, so let's go over this way. So you manually drop your fish off there. So that's your fish warehouse. So this is the fish warehouse. You don't need to buy it. It'll automatically work. Let me grab my store delivery mod. If you want to manually fish, then you just you come into this. You'll get this truck with the map. So go into trucks, grab this MAN tanker. This MAN tanker will hold all of the liquids plus your fish. And then all you have to do is come over here, pick up your fish. So start filling, pick up your fish from here, we don't have any. And then drop them off at your fish processing plant, which is right here. And you have to own it. So buy your fish processing plant, drop off your fish here along with your other goods. So you need fish. So you're going to need fish, ice cubes from the ice cube factory, and empty crates from the mill, and you're going to get trout, catfish, salmon, and caviar. Eventually we're going to use this product in future factories, but early game you can store it, you can distribute it, you can sell it directly, or if you distribute it and you have the pallet warehouse down, they'll automatically go into the pallet warehouse for you. So that is how fishing works. That is all the production built into the map. Again, I'll show you off the map one more time. I showed you all the production built into the map. So you have a bunch of large, so again, new farmer mode, you're going to start off with field 1, field 2. 8, these are your next size up fields, so 8, 182,000, 197,000. And you get into something a little bit larger like 18, 200,000. And then your next size fields up are like 11, 12, 13, 14. And you can actually plow all of those together. So 281,000, 261,000, 251,000, 232,000. Then you get into your your next size up, 500,000. And then the two largest fields on the map, 1.7 million and 2 million. The link to the map after it's released will be in the video below, so look below the video and you'll see the link to the Trello board. The Trello board will have the map and all the mod packs on it. On the Trello board is a link to my PayPal me if you want to throw any donations my way, and it also has a link to my Patreon page. So if you want to become a Patreon member, my Patreons get everything first for a week before it goes to the public. So my Patreons will get the map. They already have the map. And then they'll get update 1 a week before everybody else gets it. They'll get all the future factories a week before everybody else gets it as well. So this is FS22 Riccis Creek. Please smash that like and subscribe on your way out. It really helps the channel grow, and have an awesome day.